Hey, what's up? It's Rashad Antonio, OG friend of the fam, of course. I went back and watched a bunch of our old stuff today because I had time, and
Uh-huh.
man, we've come a long way. With that
Yeah.
being said, this is your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. We're reviewing that, of course, MCU adjacent and Marvel animation, of course. Episodes
hmm
1 and 2. Episode 1 is Amazing
Your
Fantasy,
fantasy.
like the comic, and The Parker Luck for episode 2.
Hmm
All spoilers. I am glad that they gave us these two episodes because
hmm
early on we was talking about like why is this release schedule so weird? And
Yeah.
I threw it on Threads, shout out to Threads.
hmm
And it was like, well, maybe, what I'm saying, they don't want to compete with Daredevil. I'm like, Daredevil is a whole different thing. Like I know there's a
Yeah.
cross section of us who gonna watch both, but like those is really two different audiences. If you
Yeah.
yeah, that Venn diagram is like a waning crescent. You know what I'm saying? It's not a whole lot of
Yeah.
us.
hmm
So I'm guessing they're doing it like I hope, like story arcs. Because the first two is just essentially origin story.
Right.
And I like the seeds that they sown in the first episode.
hmm
Okay. So you get like this ugly symbiote and you get, looking like early 80s Doctor Strange.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they come through it in a in a portal of some sort.
The little, that was the little the sling blade, the sling
I don't know
thing.
if it's a sling ring or not. I don't know if it's a
Okay.
sling ring or just
Yeah.
sort of interdimensional rift. Like either way,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? They came
Yeah.
through. It's his first day at school. We see like his whole routine. May, Uncle Ben is dead. Like all that stuff is since we already know they like speed run all this stuff.
hmm
We already know what's going on. And he
hmm
gets to school and he meets a girl. What's the girl's name?
Um,
I don't remember her name.
I was about to say something real ignorant, but I'm not.
I'm glad you didn't. I'm glad you didn't.
Nico Manuro.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Meets Nico,
Uh-huh.
and Doctor Strange is even in Marvel animation. This man don't be learning his lesson. He's
Yeah.
out here just playing games, like not aware of what's going on. The symbiote gets the best of him at one point,
Yeah.
and then he has to finally. If it wasn't for Peter stepping up,
Yeah. Yeah.
like symbiote would have killed the girl and probably just started spreading in his version of
Yeah.
Brooklyn. There's that Brooklyn,
S-
Manhattan, Brooklyn,
Queens.
Queens.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can go ahead. I thought you were
Oh
gonna
no, I
say.
thought you
My
about
bad.
it. Oh, okay. Oh. Oh, all right. Well, a few things that I noticed off the bat with this. Number one, they did a wide shot of the city, animation wide shot, and you see Avengers Tower in
You
the
did.
background. You see
Hmm.
Avengers Tower in the background. Another thing that happened when that portal opened and that Venom, whatever thing, that version of it came out, I was like, is that a damn xenomorph or something? And then they got a close up. I said, "Oh snap,
It did.
is." I
It
said,
looked
"Oh,
like a xenomorph symbiote.
yeah, right." I said, "Oh snap." I said, "This is like a form of Venom." And then when Doctor Strange came out, he was like the OG comic looking version of Doctor Strange that we used to. You see, he came through the same portal. First thing he says is, we're not supposed to be here." So they're showing here that the multi-dimensional aspect, it seems as if right here, because I don't think, because Peter did not recognize him. He says, "Oh, it's some type of magician."
Wizard.
It's a wizard or magician or whatever. And like you said, you see the same old tropes with Doctor Strange where he feels that he can fix anything. Like he's like, I'm Doctor Strange, I'm the Sorcerer Supreme, I can fix it. And he tore that high school up. And it was so crazy because Peter was so excited to go to that high school because that high school was like the robotics special high school. He was a freshman. He was excited to go there, like, I'm gonna be surrounded by all these geniuses or whatever. They tore that high school apart. You even see a reference to with the Eye of Agamotto being the time stone, where that Venom symbiote threw a car and it hit, like barely hit the building. And Doctor Strange's like, no, 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 no. Let me just go ahead and rewind that on back. And the symbiote broke that up. He was like, oh, or whatever. But like you said, going back to Strange, his hubris, you know what I'm saying, getting the best of him. If it weren't for Peter, he wouldn't have, probably, entangled this Venom symbiote. So lo and behold, he used those. what is the bands of Satarak or
Sidorak.
Sidorak, the bands of Sidorak, and he used multiple of them when he made his little six arms come out, wrapped them up. Thanks, kid. Duke takes him back into the portal, but as soon as the portal's about to shut, radioactive spider falls out, falls on Peter's neck, and then it's that feeling, you feel like something's on you. You keep going like that.
Ah.
And, he introduces himself to the girl that he saved, and the spider bites him. Peter passes out, and the open rose finally, because that was like a cold open.
It
That it was
was
like
very cold.
it was
And
like about a what did you say, about a 5 minute cold
5, 6 minute
open?
cold open. And it
Yeah.
was cool. One thing I do like, again,
Hmm.
they never show what happens to the spider.
Right.
So there's a possibility
There's
that
another.
spider is just
Yeah.
biting
Be-
people.
Because it bit him, and then he was able enough to come conscious enough too to see that it crawled into the book bag of another kid, and that was it. And then it
Uh-huh.
cuts to the open, and then it shows like 7 months later. Peter has, basically he has his powers. He's been going around vigilante and possibly, I don't know, Rashad. Where do you rank this bootleg ass Spider-Man outfit? I mean, it's up
It,
there.
it
It's
is
up there with Tom Holland's and the bootleg what he had in Homecoming. But
it's very bootleg. It's like it's bootleg in a sense where, well, let's just say like Tommy Maguire's suit was bootleg when he went to
yeah,
wrestle. Just
yeah,
the fact that he had like natural web slingers.
yeah,
Other than that, like, cause I like how the suit. I like how he makes it. He made his web slinger. It's almost like like air, like compressed air.
yeah. Uh-huh. He has a
And
tank, like a tank, like a NOS tank
yeah, yeah,
almost.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah, yeah. Like he got nitrous
Uh-huh.
web slinger. So like that whole part of it is like, it makes it more like techie to me. I like it.
Hmm.
And it's not like, like a little small cartridge where it's like, really refined and honed in. It's like, nah, I just
Hmm.
made this yesterday and it
Yeah.
works. And I don't feel like making a version 3 of this yet. So
Right.
yeah, his suit is hella goofy. And I
Yeah.
really appreciate that because it's like, yo, he just started 6 months ago.
Yeah. And if he's a freshman in high school, he's ever been a 14, 15 years old.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Which plays into the kind of the next scene, how we see him at May. You know what I'm saying? Him being thankful for, being
Uh,
there, blah, blah, blah. Also, you see him, the montage of him being Spider-Man, getting up in the
hmm.
morning, doing the Spider-Man stuff,
Hmm.
and getting to school still late, teacher's still on his ass. So like the whole, okay, I gotta say this.
And then he has to go to a regular public school too now. He's not at because the
Yeah,
techie school, where he's going to go to is basically like destroy, and they're
yeah,
probably
yeah.
rebuilding that thing. So
Yeah,
yeah, so
so
he's
when
in
he back in what is it Midtown? Is it back in
mid.
Midtown?
No. Midtown was the
Or was it
school he was going
school?
to
Yeah, yeah,
go
yeah,
to. This
yeah, yeah,
school
yeah, yeah, yeah.
is hold on, I can
Yeah,
let you know.
Rockford T. Bells.
Yeah, that is wow.
Yeah, yeah.
Rock the bells, Queens. That's what I got from that.
Ah, that is so good. And that's gonna lead me to another conversation after we talk about this.
Okay.
So I like okay. This show nails the Spider-Man vibes
Hmm.
so much.
Yeah.
I mean, everything about it. Okay, so you can see where they had storyboards for the original idea of the show, where it's going to be
Hmm.
like a first year Spider-Man,
Hmm.
and it was going to just basically chronicle his steps through, this is first year being Spider-Man in the MCU, and you can see the small pieces where they took that, kept those things, and just make it into this kind of like this Elseworlds type of Spider-Man that's still a
Hmm.
part of the MCU, but it's not Peter Parker, Tom Holland. It's this other
Hmm.
kid, and especially how we have the way this episode ends is just a mirror of Tony Stark. Him having a crush on like the older girl. It's just like
Let me tell you something, man. This is two universes where Spider-Man got, in the words of Stevie Wonder, they got that jungle fever. He like his His sisters, boy,
We're in
loud.
love.
Yeah,
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 definitely. Yeah, yeah.
uh-huh.
It's you know, remember that? Remember that? Oh, the poster for that? Yeah, Wesley Snipes' old black hair.
Like that.
Like this.
I know. Yeah, that is a throwback. Cause I remember like as a young preteen looking at that poster being like, yo, this is wild as hell back then.
I was
So,
like, wow, this is what we're doing, huh? You know what I'm saying?
uh-huh.
Anyway, so everything is very much a parallel to that.
Hmm.
And even him getting the internship at Oscorp, just
Hmm.
like got the internship
Hmm.
at Stark Industries.
Hmm.
Eventually, at the end of this thing, oh yeah, Peter's stupid as hell. Like like again, like I appreciate that he's a kid because he went
Hmm.
and saw some people were in danger. He says,
Hmm.
you know what? I'm gonna change into my Spidey suit, inner stairwell in the most technically advanced building in the city at
Was that the first
Oscorp.
episode? That was the second episode,
Second
right?
episode. I'm
Okay, yeah,
skipping
right.
around because
Okay,
this
I
is
got you. All right.
yeah, cause like that to me was like, yo, like
Yeah, I was
that's
like,
gonna be the way he finds out. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Because there's no way that like nobody caught that. You
yeah.
feel what I'm saying? Like
Hmm.
this that part of me is crazy. Also, I just want to say this show is how can I put this? It's crazy. It's a lot of black people in this show. You know,
Yo,
this
all
show
right.
is
So let's. I want to, Zay, I want to piggyback off of that. I want to piggyback off of that. Yo, this show also shows you that there is systemic racism in this world because
bro.
that little 2 minute scene, I was like, hold on. I said, hold the F on. I rewound it and watched it twice. That little 2 minute scene. So Peter becomes friends with the star quarterback of, what I'm saying, Rock the Bells High School.
Yeah,
And
my man name
Lonnie,
is Lonnie Lincoln.
Lonnie,
That is
yeah,
the blackest name.
name is Lonnie. So him and
Lonnie
Lonnie become
Lincoln.
friends. And Lonnie basically is becoming his friend because he's like, yo, I suck in science. Yo, this girl says that you're great in science. And Peter has a crush on this girl, and he's thinking, oh man, this girl thinks about me and talks about me. Come to find out that girl is dating the quarterback.
Yeah,
So the
his girl Pearl. You know what I'm saying?
girl, so Lonnie is like, all right, Part Pete, I'll catch you later. Lonnie is making his trek home. This dude, number
Hold on.
one is go
Can I just
ahead.
explain this? Because I know where we're at. So
Uh-huh.
he has to go from Queens
Uh-huh.
to Harlem. So he's probably taking at least two trains or train in the transfer. He
Uh-huh.
has to probably take the L or the M or the Q, something stupid like that, to
Uh-huh.
get to 34th Street. You know what I'm
Uh-huh.
saying? Or 42nd to take the A, B, C, or D. Because when he goes up to the train, it's 125th Street.
Right.
So he goes from Queens to Harlem every day to go to school.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
And me never being, listen, I know I've never been to New York before
Yeah.
in my life. Rashad, how far is that?
Yo, on a train, it could be anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour and a half, depending
Good
on
God.
where he's at in Queens. You feel
Okay.
what I'm saying? Because like
Yeah.
on the short end, it could be like 45, and that's just like express. And don't tell me like the express train is down. You gotta take the local train. You try to stop at every stop, man. You be there for an hour and a half, easy, trying to get to Queens.
So back to what I was saying about systemic racism. He's he number one, and look, and Lonnie is dressed like a stereotypical, what I'm saying, animated quarterback. He has on his Letterman's jacket. He got cornrows or whatever. And he's on the train sitting, and you see this like white lady and like her kid or something walking up, and the kid is about to sit beside him. She's like, grabs the
Oh,
kid
she's like, oh
and
hell
walk.
no, sit
I
beside
sit
her
beside her,
Edward.
and I was like, I said, did that just happen? Okay.
Yes.
And then we're going some more, and then you see that Lonnie is walking in a, let's just say, unsavory neighborhood. So you know what I'm saying? I don't want to make any aspersions. Like I said, I've never been to New York. And
Nah,
let's say he's in Harlem.
he's in Harlem.
He's in Harlem. It's an unsavory section of Harlem. I'll just say that. He's walking, and then all of a sudden, You see police lights and the police cop car is just slowly trailing him, walking up to him, like not walking, he be driving up to him. And Lottie like turns around, the cops looking like, what you up to today, N word, or whatever. And I was just like, yo, what is really going on? And then you see him get to the stoop of where his apartment is. And then what do you hear? Glass breaking, and you see some kids running away. I said, I don't know what they try to do here in the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, but this is wild as hell. So I was just like, my man got denied by a white lady and her kid, not the kid, the white lady, because the kid wanted to sit beside down the bus, and then had a cop follow him for who knows how many blocks because of wild as hell, Rashad. I just want to make sure I won't
Nah,
be
nah,
over.
nah, nah, nah. You're right. Because I saw that, I was
Uh-huh.
like, "Ooh, I'm very surprised that this is where they're going with this."
Mm-hmm.
And then to get home, and I like how they set up his whole. And it was like it didn't take number like 4 minutes, if
Yeah.
that.
Uh-huh.
Showed him because he has like, yo, I'm the popular one, I'm the jock, and
Uh-huh.
on the reality, like he was the one. He's the smartest out of his family. Got
Uh-huh.
opportunity to
Mm-hmm.
go to more of like a magnet type school and
Mm-hmm.
get education, and he's good at sports. So he gets
Mm-hmm.
home, they tell him to help his little brother with his
Mm-hmm.
schoolwork, which he's going to do. He's also going to help get his car like fix the
Mom.
family car.
Yeah.
He said, "Yo, my
Yeah.
whatever said it's probably like
Like
a starter or
the
whatever."
shop teacher or something
The
like that, the
shop teacher
mechanic,
says probably like probably like the
the
alternator.
alternator. Yeah,
Let
he
me
was
see if we
like,
can swap that out for you. You know what I'm saying? So he's like
uh-huh,
he's affable, and
uh-huh,
even the way he treats Peter like
uh-huh.
after they win the game, like, yo, is that my boy Pete? You my
Yeah.
good luck, Charlo, bro. You gotta come to the party. So
Mm-hmm.
he's very much a very indicative of black people.
Yes.
And I think we don't.
Very
I think you don't understand this. And I'm not sure if Charlie Nooner did this on purpose or not. But
right.
like, black people are very welcoming and inclusive, and will bring you into their
Mm-hmm.
world as long as you treat
Mm-hmm.
them right.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be stupid and all that good
Mm-hmm.
stuff. Don't try to just jack what we doing. But like, they'll bring you in,
Yeah.
and they'll embrace you. And I'm glad that they showed this side of this character, like
Uh,
embracing
yeah.
Peter, even though Peter really, I want your girl, like in the
Yeah.
dream
Can we can
in Lil Wayne, you know what I'm
can
saying? Like,
can we go ahead and just go ahead and make it known? Not being creepy, but Pearl is a baddie though, for real.
yeah, definitely
Yeah.
the belle of the ball, so to speak.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like clearly out of they put it to where she got to be like 11th, 12th grade. A matter of fact, 12th grade, probably just like a
Yeah.
senior. Clearly
Uh-huh.
out of his league because she was babysitting him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like she was 14, he was 11. Because like Nico was like, yo, what you mean
Mom
our
let
relationship? She's like, when was this? Y'all was
and
hanging out? No, you were getting babysat,
And
my
then
boy.
remember when she came over to them, she was like, "Oh hey, what's up, Pearl?" Nico was like, "Hey, bro." And she was like, "How's it going?" Oh, Pete's doing fine. Aunt May is finally let him stay at home. I said, "Yo, you are a cock blocking hater, Nico, because Nico, you want Peter, and you are cock blocking because he is not paying you no mind one bit as of
Yeah,
right
yeah,
now."
because Nico is definitely like the MJ
Yeah.
in this universe, like
Uh,
Zendaya's MJ. So yeah,
uh-huh.
it's yeah. Again, you can see all like how they had these characters meant to just be the MCU characters, but they I feel like they changed names and
And
small plots.
And another thing too, I like how because at first I was thinking when I was seeing previews of this, I thought Lonnie was gonna be like Flash. Like
Oh yeah, yeah,
in
yeah,
the
yeah,
old animated series was Flash basically was the jock, the superstar and everything, but he treated Peter like a jerk. You know what I'm saying? I thought
yeah,
that was gonna be him. And even with Pearl, you like you said, she's the belle of the ball, but she cool as hell. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. No,
yeah,
it's a real like
yeah.
and this funny thing is it's very indicative of of how high school is today.
Yeah.
And of course, you taught, I teach.
Uh-huh.
So
It
Gen,
ain't like it was when we was in school, bro. For
nah,
real,
like Gen,
survival of the fittest, boy. We was in school.
like the end of Gen Z, beginning of Gen Alpha,
Mm-hmm.
their culture, it's a
Mm-hmm.
little bit, it's a little bit different. especially like
Yeah.
when you grow up having to do school shooter drills. Like you don't
Yeah.
have the whole lot of time to be, you know what I'm saying, thinking about like other people and like I know people fight and all that good stuff, but like the culture,
Mhm.
the culture around not othering people is not as
Hmm.
it's different because we was making fun of people. We was not caring
Yeah.
about disabilities. Like all that mental health was not even popping,
Mm-mm.
especially in the black
Mm.
community. We did not
Yeah.
care.
Yeah.
We was only here to make jokes and make jokes a lot.
Ex
Either you are joking or you're getting joked on, and
Survival
that
of the
is
fit.
it.
Survival of the
Exactly.
fittest,
Either
man.
you
You
learn how to
know.
play the game or the
Uh-huh.
game is getting
Play
played on
on
you.
you. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
yeah, so
definitely.
like so that whole part of it to me was very,
Mm-hmm.
very accurate to how high school is. It's way more inclusive and accepting
Mm-hmm.
of people with differences and different, mental
Hmm.
abilities and situations. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Peter. Peter is wanting to do the right thing. He's Spider-Man. He's
Mhm.
saving people. This was making him late. Again, all the classic Spider-Man tropes, they're hitting
Hmm.
them and they're pitch perfect. You know what I'm saying? Like
Like I
I
said,
like it's
make it late, and also friends that don't know what he's doing feel like they're being overlooked or not
yeah.
appreciated, because you saw that with yeah,
No,
oh yeah, with Nor when
you're Nico.
Nico, excuse me, when after, like you said, the game, and they invited, and Lonnie was like, yo, you told them that they were invited to the party or whatever. And they was like, oh my God, are we the popular kids now? Like, yeah. And she was like, I'm gonna go, but I'm not, she said, I'm not gonna feel comfortable there with not without you. And he was like, all right, bet I'll be it. I'm at this internship. I should make it. And classic Peter trying to save the world and save everybody, and not saying not being able to you know that is always the biggest burden for Spider-Man, that your personal relationships. And that's what we seen like in the Spider-Verse movie. Like what's going to happen is someone that is a mentor or close to you is going to die, and a lot of your personal relationships are going to suffer, and you may just have to be lonely as hell
which
because
is
yeah.
which is Peter Parker in the
Hmm.
MCU right now, starting from
Yeah.
scratch,
Yeah.
and like that whole push and pull, that conflict, that struggle of, am
Hmm.
I going to be a hero and protect the ones that I love
Hmm.
in silence and I mean in anonymity and secret, or am I going to let these people know who I am and what I do, and then still put them in harm's way? Like either way,
Hmm.
your people are in harm's way,
It's a
and that's like
double-edged
the
sword, man, for real.
yeah, especially when you're like when you're a kid
Hmm.
and you don't really have any good sense of the actual world. So yeah,
Yeah.
and plus you're trying to do kid stuff too. You're trying to
Yeah.
have fun, trying to graduate high school, go to college. So on top of that, I also have these special abilities, and I feel this sense of responsibility to with great what's
With great power comes great
yeah, yeah,
responsibility.
So
Yeah.
that's so all those things, they're hitting those things perfect. I just want to also talk about really quickly.
The internship.
Yes, internship is wild because we
You,
got we okay. So his Amadeus Cho was there.
hey, yo, I was not expecting that.
Me neither. Was not expecting
And
Amadeus Cho.
I don't want to yet blow the cover of Amadeus Cho, but
Nah,
yeah.
this is all. I mean, this is all spoilers. Y'all should know if y'all all
All
playing it.
right, if you own it, Amadeus Cho.
Yeah, Amadeus Cho as basically like Hulkling. Like
Yeah.
if he actually ends up being the Hulk of this universe,
Uh.
yes. And also seeing how he's already at Oscorp, that could easily
Hmm.
be his entryway into get some
Yeah.
Gamma. Yeah, I love that. Also, we have Asha, who is a Wakandan,
100. Yeah.
who's hilarious. We
Uh-huh.
got Jean Foucault. She's there.
Uh, I'm
who
not
assuming
really.
she is.
Yeah.
Um,
Carol Connors.
Carla, Carla
Carla
Con,
Connors is
Carla Connors.
basically
Yeah,
Dr. Connors, and it's everything with Dr. Connors, missing an arm, very welcoming to Peter, understanding of Peter, protective of Peter. And she may become the lizard of this, what I'm saying, the lizard of this universe. I, I just want to say too, I think it's funny as hell. Peter goes to his internship, and that first of all, that security guard was such a jerk. First of all, he was like, "You're late." He was like, "Dude, I'm 2 minutes early. You're supposed to be 15 minutes early." Man, nobody tell me that. He says, "You got to go through all this protocol and stuff like that." Cool. He was like, "All right, bet, cool." He says, "I got a question. Um, Mr. Osborne, you know what I'm saying? Mr. Osborne, yeah. Where's his office at? Because he told me when I get here, I need to come see him or whatever." And the dude was like, "Yeah, right, kid. You go to whatever floor." And he's like,
Floor. He said 17th floor. Oh yeah,
17.
and
Uh-huh.
Jeanne Foucault, that is the daughter of Taskmaster in the comics.
Wow. Okay. So, they're planting seeds here for that. And then
Uh-huh.
even when he gets to, what I'm saying, he gets to the little I guess the classroom, that's the interns on, they get ready to do their assessments to see where they best fit. Of course, Peter is all about robotics and is like, "I want to go to robotics." And before he raised his hand to ask the question. The guy was like, "Why are you raising your hand?" He was like, "I got a question." "Just say it. Like, just say what you want." And he was like, "All right, bet. Where's Dr. Carter's office?" He said, "Well, that Dr. Carter's. Where's Mr. Osborne office? He told me to come see him." He was like, "All right, yeah, kid. Anyway, so we're gonna do these assessments and everything, and come to find out he doesn't get robotics. He's put into what was the not really R&D, but basically the project that he's gonna be working on with Carol with Connors is they want to make their version of the arc reactor from Tony Stark's, and they
Energy.
made energy, right? And they made reference to that because she was like, "We're trying to make a battery that's basically clean and powerful." And he was like, "Oh, like the arc reactor?" She was like, "Yes, he already has a patent on that." So Tony Stark's already has a patent on that. Yeah. So he's working on that, and he's come to find out he likes what he's doing and all that. And it's just funny seeing how the kids interact with each other. And like you said, how, what ends up happening, he sees some danger going on. And he has to be Spider-Man himself. He goes to this building that's burning. He gets inside the daggone building, and the dude that's the arsonist is in there burning it down. He's like, "Hey, anybody in here?" And I love the arsonist because he had me cracking up, Rashad. He said, "Hey, I'm not that type of guy. I made sure everybody got out before I burnt this." He says, "Hey man, people trying to make some money on this. We're gonna put Skyrise apart right here on on 62nd Street or whatever." He was like, "Actually, this is 61st Street." He was like, "What?" And he looked, it was like, "Damn it." And then it just proceeds to, have a brawl. They end up in a pet shop. Peter's trying to protect the animals and take this guy out. He takes the guy out, gets back to get back to Oscorp. And the next thing, he's like late, and the guy that's in charge of them is pissed off. And next thing you know, the security guard comes and says, "Hey, Mr. Osborne wants to see you now." And everyone's like, "Oh, damn, P.
Ooh.
Ooh, you gotta go see the principal."
You
And everyone think
did.
basically like, "Well, that's it for you. Grand opening, grand closing." And he's going and he's just like, "Damn." And he goes up there and he meets with Osborne, and he's like apologizing, this and that, blah, 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 this and that. And then he's just like, "Yeah, I'm not trying to hear that." And he says, "I just got something to show you." And he flips the computer security camera around and is like, "You Spider-Man?" And you see the hallway scene that you was talking about, Rashad. We were changing. That was into that last episode. This was a solid outing for 2 episodes to give a origin story without lingering on what everyone should know about a Spider-Man origin story. You know what I'm saying? About a Spider-Man origin story. And I'm interested to see, once again, my question I always ask, I'm interested to see where this goes and if this in any way ties into the grand scheme of, Marvel, the MCU or whatever like that. But I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I can't wait to see, what I'm saying, what's going to come of this.
Yeah. So looking back at these last 2 episodes, I feel the same way. Also,
Hmm.
like we talked about earlier, there are probably one of the more diverse cartoons.
Yeah.
A lot of black people, a lot of females in it,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people of color. I'm
Mm-hmm.
pretty sure somebody's gay somewhere in this joint. You just don't know
Yeah.
yet. Like there is a diverse cast. They're talking about like you said, systemic racism,
Mm-hmm.
that building being burnt down and somebody has to
Mm-hmm.
be rebuilding it. It's talking about basically gentrification. Like there's a bunch of themes in this episode.
Also, too, Norman Osborn already kind of having somewhat shady thing. Because remember, Nico was like, "You going to work for somebody like Norman Osborn?" And she was like, "All right, whatever." And then you hear Roxanne. She was like, "I guess, but if I hear you going to go work for Roxanne, we might have to question our friendship
Yeah, yeah,
right
yeah,
now."
yeah.
Yeah.
They're like there's corporate greed and the
Mm-hmm.
corporatization of everything. So
Mm-hmm.
all those things are there. I know you're working hard, Tony. So I'm not sure if you heard this. So the oh yeah, the voice actor of a Spider-Man. This gentleman's name is Hudson Thames.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hudson Thames. Hudson Thames did a I'm not sure how long this interview how long or how long ago this interview was. Did an interview with Collider with Adam Blevins, and I got a couple of things to say. So this is
Okay.
what he said.
Okay.
Asked him, he said, "Hey, so was asked what was like having a chance for a fresh take on a Spider-Man in the world featuring never before seen in the MC, like Norman Osborn, Martin
Mm-hmm.
Lincoln." And I quote, "I thought it was awesome. I mean, my biggest fear was it was going to be annoying and woke, and it wasn't." And I was like, yes, this is great. It's so well written, like it feels real. I'm the oldest of five boys, so I feel like I kind of know what's happening in their lives in their high school. And it felt like it was doing that justice. I'm going to say you haven't heard that because your reaction is of such
No, I haven't.
response.
Mr. Thames. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. You, bro, you really, and I'm going to guess this. He probably thought that because, listen, I'm trying my best, Rashad, but I think he really thought that because of number one, we see a black Norman Osborn. And like you said, it's a lot of diversity or DEI in this. And, that is a big thing right now. And sorry, son, or whatever your name, how old you are, whatever, dude. Hey, that's the world we live in. And this show right now has shown a great representation of this being the show we live in. You're gonna have to you're gonna have to change some of your thought processes because guess what? It's here and it's gonna here to stay.
All right. So as I was because I've had about a day to kind of ruminate on this.
Ah, yes.
So
Hmm.
I had to then look up. I said, let me see what Hudson Thames has done. Hudson Thames is essentially he did some music. He signed Republic Records.
Okay.
Um, you know of
Hmm.
yeah. Anyway, and he also the reason why he got Spider Man was because he voiced Spider Man in What If.
Oh,
It's the same person.
okay.
So I'm looking at the parallel side. I was like, how did he find this dude? I said, oh, he did Spider Man for the What If. Okay, that makes sense.
Okay.
So there was just an easy through line, especially when they announced this
Hmm.
and when they made it was so long. They announced like 2022, I believe.
Oh God, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so around the
2 years.
same time, they already had to have recorded What If season two, or was like, making it, and they saw like,
Mhm.
okay, we got some voice talent for the show. We're just gonna grab him because he did a good job. So this statement that he made is very indicative of just where we are right now
Hmm.
and in America
Hmm.
and the sheer, how can I say this,
Say it the only way you can.
bastardization
Hmm.
of a term,
Hmm.
and how people will take a term
Hmm.
and then put this connotation to it to fit a narrative that they want to be fit with that thing. So when you, it's like,
You, I tell you what it's like. It's like referring to the Affordable Health Care Act as Obamacare as a negative connotation to certain people who weren't fans of, one Barack Obama, mainly because he was black.
yeah, this is like weaponizing something that should be innocuous
Hmm.
and then making it dangerous. That's like saying like, hey, I have, are you thirsty? I have water.
Hmm.
But that water is actually like, been sitting there outside and it's disgusting and it's like, puddle water. But you kind of sort of distilled a little bit, but it's still the same murky,
Hmm.
mosquito infested water that's been sitting outside the front of your house and you give it
Hmm.
to somebody to drink and then they drink it and they get sick. That's what this feels like to me. I'm taking something that was once a source of inspiration, a necessity, a need of some sort, because it definitely fulfills something that this group of people needed at the time. Because
Hmm.
you know what I'm saying. You woke that you just aware of what's going on. That's really
Yeah.
all the word really meant. And then
Yeah.
around 2018, 19, it started.
Hmm.
It's take a whole new sort of twist on it when the
Hmm.
folks was like, "Hey, let's use this word and let's just shove it back in their face because if it's woke,
Hmm.
that means it's essentially is black."
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Just like with DEI, if it's DEI, it's just black.
Black.
You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? So there's this once was a groundswell that
Uh,
is now just the norm as we
hmm.
see just how our government is essentially imploding
Hmm.
in its own on its own self on purpose. It's being purposefully done. And then to have somebody who is supposed to be representative of this diverse thing that they honestly did on purpose when it
Hmm.
comes to this, and to have the title character's voice actor just be like, you know what, man, I thought this nonsense was gonna be woke, and it's really not,
Yeah.
yo. Like I'm so happy about that.
Yeah.
And also, I'm sorry, I'll finish in a
Oh
minute.
no, you good. You good. It's
I
cooked.
also want to shout out Adam Blevins and whoever at Collider said this was okay to do because they had, I don't know how long they held on to this. They released this yesterday, the day before the show began, on purpose to catch these headlines. And there's no way in hell, Tony, this is the whole interview.
Oh yeah, definitely
This
not.
is this is definitely just this is the clickbaity ass
Clickbait.
sound bite
Hmm.
that they wanted everybody to get. They want to get people pissed off and riled up. So because they
Hmm.
know when they had that, more than likely they probably did this interview probably 4 or 5 months ago
Hmm.
and just was holding on to it
Hmm.
and said, boom, we're gonna release it today. And I hate that because one was once a company who had like real like journalistic morals. I used to love watching Collider when they was only on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Like there was this whole clique. It was like Frosty Weintraub and a bunch of other people. Like a lot of like, Christian Harloff. It was a bunch of people that actually now have their own things, going to Ken Knapsack. It's Jay Washington was up there. It was a lot of
Hmm.
people that was up there. Now they're doing their own thing after it kind of dissolved and turned into just almost like a for lack of a better, like a blog site, for
Hmm.
lack of a better phrase. And now looking at how they be running stuff, like this is it's just sad, man, because there's a whole way more context to this that they could have explored. And if
Hmm.
they did not, and if they just asked him this one question and did not follow up with anything else, shame on them for that too. But either
Yeah.
way, it's like y'all know what y'all did. Y'all did this and y'all did this on purpose. And it's like
Yeah.
it's indefensible at this point. Like y'all know what y'all was doing, and that's what I really abhor.
Simple put, do better. Do better.
because we have this great show now. Now it's being
Mhm.
marred
Uh-huh.
by
Yeah.
the ignorance of one person.
Yep.
So not only that, but it's the person who's supposed to be representing the best of all of them,
Hmm.
of all in regards to the show, all of them, which is Spider-Man. He's supposed to be the best of them. So now you have the person who's voicing that role, knowing that like he don't really on paper, because I haven't did not hear him say this. I
Hmm.
had on other contexts. On paper, it seems like he really don't really give a damn. He just getting a
Yeah.
check.
Yep.
So yeah, that part of it is very disheartening because for me to come into this knowing that, I had to really kind of disassociate myself from that and then
And
watch the show for what
and
it
now I'm
was.
going to have to do that now from now on because it's like when you said that,
You're welcome.
I was like,
Yeah.
because you saw my face when you said, I was like,
Hmm.
what? Like,
Yeah, and it would be a disservice to people who watch us for us not to talk about it.
yeah.
So that whole part of for me is it's very worrisome. And to be honest, it's kind of a good thing for them that this is only going to be on for a month technically, and after
Hmm.
this we're done. Then we can move on to Daredevil. So I don't know, man. Like I hate to end this on like a kind of like a glob kind of not so
Yeah.
amazing note, but yo, it is what it is with this.
Hmm.
Recognizing that people have their ideas and thoughts,
Hmm.
and understanding that we gonna disagree with some of these thoughts. We try to be as positive as possible about
Hmm.
this stuff because, like, I want to be very clear. And Tony says this all the time. Like, we really love we love this. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
We really love what we do. We love talking about it. We will be talking about this if we wasn't on camera doing this. We still be
Yeah.
talking about it. So, like, we was like, let's go ahead and just let's go put it on wax. Stop playing games.
Yeah.
But like when it comes to these moments, like it has to be addressed
Yeah.
because
We gonna call a spade. Simple as
yeah,
that.
man. Like I like because like I really wanted to like this, and I do like it.
Uh-huh.
But this is kind of like when your favorite artist ends up being a rapist, you got to kind of
Yeah.
deal with.
What
Do
what
you
they
want to
say.
deal with the art? Can you separate the art from the artist? You know what I'm saying? Then you start having that conversation with yourself, and it's
Yeah.
crazy because a lot of y'all still love some R. Kelly. You know what I'm saying? I've been on the right side of history now all this whole time. You know what I'm saying? But like,
Yeah.
a lot of y'all had to go through that divorce the same way I had to go through that divorce with Kanye. I said, I'm done, yo. Like,
Yeah.
and don't, ain't nobody love Kanye more than me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
this is one of those things where I see a lot of, especially I've been on threads a lot today. A lot of people are like, you know what? I'm out. I'm not even giving this a chance. Like, you know what I'm saying? Unless they change the voice actor, I'm good. And like, if people have those feelings because we just, we just be getting tired of being the scapegoat for everything, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Leave us alone,
Hey,
Just
man. You know what it always goes back to for me, man. It always go and I know we're making this not literally. This not even something you would call political. This is just life. The thing I've always said,
yes.
because the treatment of black people, people of color, but mainly black people, I just always ask the same question. What the hell did we do? What the hell did we do for y'all to hate us so much? And you know what? Not y'all. For some of y'all to hate us so much. But without us, a lot of things, a lot of things that were invented, or just the concept of being cool as hell, y'all would not know.
Yeah.
But it go back, what the hell did we do? Maybe if somebody can tell me in the comments, somebody tell what the, tell me what the hell did black people do to deserve the amount of vitriol, the amount of hate that we get? What do we do?
Nah, like the ire that comes our way, like is crazy, man. But yeah, I don't even I like
Yeah.
it, that is what it is, yo. But
Yeah.
yeah, we'll be back next week
Yeah. On that note.
talking about episodes 3, 4, and 5 of
Yeah.
this of this now much maligned
Oh,
series.
oh, they drop episodes like that. Oh, all right, bet. Okay,
It's one,
cool.
two, three, four, five,
Uh-huh.
6, 7, 8, 9, and 10.
Okay, all right then. Bet.
Yeah, so we'll talk about all three of them joints next week. And they're short, so like 25, 28 minutes
Yeah.
long.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very manageable, bite size, normal TV
Mm-hmm.
episodes. Like you can see this on like Disney. But yeah, um, hmm, that's really it for now. Really
Yeah.
soon, we got Falcon and Winter Soldier. I'm sorry. We got Captain Falcon and Brave New World.
Uh-huh.
Definitely hyped to see that.
Uh-huh.
Um, even Anthony Mackie had to tell y'all what Captain America was about because he's tired of playing games with y'all too.
Yeah, for real. For real. Hey man,
You know what I'm saying? It's
2025 is like a reckoning, yo, for real.
it's too close to Black History Month for y'all to be trying to
Yeah.
put some respects on our name. But yeah, that's all we got for this one, man. We will see you all
Mhm.
next week unless something else pops up. Oh yeah, yo. Super Bowl. Super Bowl's coming. I will be doing live reactions in real
Mhm.
time. We'll have a recap that Monday about all the awesome stuff that we saw. If
Mhm.
anything else pops up, let us know in the comments. Let us
Yeah.
know on social. If you're not on Threads, hop on Threads. We really
Yeah.
having good conversations over there. It's more of a conversation, thinking like Twitter when it first started.
Uh-huh.
Just minus the sheer bigotry and racism.
Mhm. Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And porn. But yeah, that's all I got for this one, man. Till next time. Peace.